Connie Valentine, and today we're going to talk about how beliefs don't create your reality, not on their own, and how your inner reflects your outer world, and how your inner world is creating your outer world. So, I was meditating and I had this inspiration, this information kind of become very clear for me, and I wanted to share this video with you today as a result of that. So basically, when we are told that our beliefs create our reality in positive development or positive psychology and personal development circles, and to some extent that's true. Our beliefs can create our reality. For example, if you think positively, if you have a certain belief, then you'll go and take action based on that belief and create something. But that doesn't necessarily mean, for example, you might believe that money is great, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you'll go and attract money to you, for example. Your beliefs are not the sole creator. You've got your mind and you've got your heart. Your mind creates electrical impulses. The neuronal impulses in your brain, or those messages, are like electricity, electrical circuitry, and your heart creates magnetic resonance or magnetic pull. So you've got to have your mind and your heart working together, not just your beliefs, but also your feelings. And this is what is the magic in creation, is that you've got to have your mind and your heart working together. Your mind, where your beliefs sit, is, okay, you can have a thought. I believe that money is great. I believe that relationships come easily to me. I make friends easily. I'm a confident person. But really, you might not feel that at all. In your subconscious mind, you might have the absolute opposite belief. So this is where affirmations don't work. Sometimes they work when you completely keep repeating it to yourself, or you put yourself under hypnosis, or you kind of like brainwash yourself almost, or you keep repeating it. Eventually, you may be able to change your belief systems through affirmations and repeated affirmations every day. And I've used affirmations, I believe they're a first step to changing your belief systems and changing how you feel about the world. So your belief systems are like a portal, like a gateway to accessing your emotions and your subconscious mind. So you might start saying affirmations, but then you might say in the back of your mind, go, no, it's not like that at all. So you're actually rebutting your own affirmations, and this is another reason why they fail. So it's important to challenge those affirmations and ask yourself, why do I feel like that? And then that's where you do the healing work. If there's been a trauma or something that's happened in your life that's made you have a negative belief in response to those affirmations that you're saying, then you can shift that and you can transform that trauma. And yes, you can choose to have a belief, and as you repeat it, eventually you can change your beliefs. Eventually you can brainwash yourself in a way to have a certain belief. But it's important that the feeling behind that belief is corresponding, because that's when the magic happens. It's the mind and the heart working together. So this is what I wanted to share with you. Now, the other thing that ties in with this is your inner reflects your outer. So your feelings, how you're feeling about it. If you're walking around feeling angry all the time, and I'm sure you've noticed this, I know I've noticed this, sometimes I'm feeling in a happy mood and it just takes one thing, one person that sort of treats me rudely or gives me a negative response outside in the world that I'm interacting in, and then I just get angry all of a sudden. I'm triggered. I'm like a fish that bites the bait or the hook, and you just get triggered. And it happens to all of us. We all are reactive. It's part of our subconscious programming, our subconscious reactive patterns that are a result of our conditioning and our upbringing. We all have different emotional triggers and different psychological triggers, and this is why part of meditation is that these emotional triggers start to come up for healing, and you start to become more aware of what they are, and then you can transform them. So yes, we have different emotional triggers, and as we kind of embody those triggers, we get angry, for example, or we get upset, or we have different emotions, and that is what draws us more of that. I don't know if you've noticed, but when you get angry, sometimes someone will cut you off in traffic, and then it happens again. Or you get a phone call and that person makes you angry, or you end up going to the supermarket and you can't find a car park, or the lines are long and you have to wait for ages, and it just becomes like a snowball effect, one after the other. So your emotions are attracting more of that. You're putting that out there, and therefore it's being reflected back to you in the world. Now, as you start to practice more awareness of your own inner world and your emotions and how you're responding to what's going on outside, you'll start to become aware of those moments when you get triggered, when you get, oh damn, I'm angry, those emotions that are unpleasant, those emotions that are coming based out of fear, not love. And let's face it, most of us don't enjoy being angry, walking around upset. We prefer to be happy and to be in a loving state and blissful state, and things seem to flow better in that state. It's our natural state. So the moment you notice that you are getting triggered and getting angry, just pause and notice what just happened in my mind. What thought did I have? Damn, I'm getting angry. This person are so annoying. They're so rude. They just look at rude. They talk to me rudely, and just shift it. Because remember, the outer is reflecting your inner world. And I know this might be hard to accept at the start. I used to feel like, well, hang on a minute. They're the ones that got angry. They're the ones that are rude. How is that a reflection of me? What happens when you start shifting your inner world, you won't even come into contact with those people. And even if you do, take it as a lesson. Take it as something that, it's almost testing you in a way. And you can pause. Take it as a learning opportunity. Pause and say, you know what? I'm not going to react. So this is about responding versus reacting. I'm not going to react. I'm going to respond. I'm going to pause. I'm going to say, hey, that person is projecting from their own inner world. I'm not going to react. I'm just going to respond. I'm going to pause. I'm going to send positive energy back. Or I'm just going to turn it neutral. Because it's not about you trying to change other people. Forcing yourself or forcing your ideals or thoughts onto other people is not going to work either. It might even make them angrier. So it's just about being pleasant back or neutralizing and just walking away. And then looking within yourself to see, how did you trigger that? And if you look hard enough, oftentimes you will find that you got triggered somewhere in the past. Or, even just moments before, either someone annoyed you or you got angry at something you saw on the TV or someone in your family, and you got triggered, in anger. So just take note of that and pause. And it's okay, no one's perfect, we all do this, it's human nature, but pause. This is about minimizing those scenarios of the anger and of the negative and the fear-based experiences, and increasing the experiences of happiness, of joy, of things flowing. This is what makes life fun, when things flow and things just work out perfectly for you. And you do that when you pause and you send back positive or loving energy back to the person. And it's not even that, it's almost like just saying no and just sending love into yourself, saying, where has this come from? And then start to feel the energy of gratefulness, thankfulness, happiness, and start to visualize and see within yourself the outcome you want and feel it. It's not just about the thought, the visualizing or the thought, which is what we have been focused on for like decades in terms of goal setting, personal development, psychology. Even it's not just about the thoughts. Your emotions, your heart plays a role. It's time to bring back the heart into everything and merge the mind and the heart together. This is where we are moving into. We are moving vibration. The planet is shifting in consciousness, and this is why this information is coming out now. We're moving into the energy of love, into the vibration. The heart chakra, the heart is where the magic lies. The magnetic energy that will pull to you like a magnet. If you want to feel love, then you must find love within yourself. If you want money, then you need to feel abundant, you need to feel happy, you need to feel satisfied in your own life. It's okay either way, so why not feel happy and satisfied now? Why feel unsatisfied? And I know this is tricky for some. I know it was very tricky for me, and every now and then I fall back into my own patterns as well. And I step back and go, hey, how have I just created this? And I need to switch back and I pull away. So what we need to do is pull out of the, retreat from the matrix. The matrix is all the world out there, the robot world where we're living like robot. The TV, the car, the office, rinse and repeat lifestyle. We need to just pull back from that, tune into ourselves, tune into nature, be still, go within and feel what we want to feel. If we want to feel love, feel it within ourselves. Because what you feel within yourself, what is inside is without. What is within is without. The sages have been saying this for thousands of years. This is not new information. This is information that's been passed on for thousands of years, actually, in different ways. And this is my way of sharing to you how I found, this information has helped me in my life, is that I pull back when I'm feeling scared or frightened, or if I have this negative energy, or I'm getting angry all of a sudden. I get triggered with anger a lot, or sometimes I'm impatient. But oftentimes there is a reason why there is a delay, or you're not meant to be there at that place at that certain time. So I always come now, I try to as much as I can, to pause and say, you know what, there's a reason for this, and maybe it's my best, the best outcome for me is that I'm going to find someone 5 minutes later at the place that I'm going to go to that's going to be perfect and it's going to serve me in the most highest way. Or I'm going to find someone really nice, or I'm going to meet someone really nice. But if I try to rush and force it because I was too impatient, I'll just keep that energy going, and I'll find the person that doesn't help me, or unfriendly person on the other end of the destination I'm trying to get to, for example, if I'm trying to get somewhere by transport or something like that, for example. So it's all about going within yourself and realizing that you are the center of your world. It's like a vortex. You are creating it from within, and you are attracting it from without. So as you are within, so without. So that's it for today. I just wanted to share that message, a new way of looking at it perhaps. So remember, go within, feel what you want to feel, even regardless of something. It's almost like you've got to pretend, but it's not even pretending, because you are feeling it for real within yourself. Imagine what it's like to be happy. Imagine what it's like to have things just flowing. Imagine what it's like to feel in love. Imagine what it's like to be excited, or to be going on a holiday, or just connect with that feeling. And as you connect with that feeling, your heart will vibrate. You will feel that energy in your heart, in your gut, and your mind, you'll start to attract those thoughts that correspond with those feelings. So your mind and heart are working together. So that's it for today. Be well, be happy, and don't forget, be happy, be healthy, and live your passion. Bye for now.